Hey guys, Scott's Football here, back with another video, and today's video is on the World Cup quarterfinal predictions as the round of 16 matches have been played. Sorry if I couldn't do the round of 16 predictions, but I did put something out on YouTube, putting my scores on the screen. If I couldn't do, I was going to give you the group stage, how the group stage finishes and my predictions, but I didn't have time. But I've got time to do the quarterfinal predictions as the first game starts tomorrow. Croatia versus Brazil. I think I'm just trying to look now if it's on same day how many games. There's 2 games tomorrow, and 2 on Saturday, and two on there is 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. So here are the predictions. Let's get started. First game. Croatia versus Brazil. Croatia beat Japan on penalties. It was a close fought game. Pretty boring shootout, really. But I'd say throughout the game, I'd say pretty close, quickly even. But on penalties, on the performance on penalties, Croatia were slightly better. The Croatia, they in 2018 when they got to the final, they knocked us out in the semi-finals and got to the final and lost to France 4-2. So they are a decent side, Croatia. Up against Brazil, who thrashed South Korea 4-1. South Korea, for a sport of small teams in the tournament, had a good performance and a good run. It's such a shame to see Japan. It's such a shame to see Japan and South Korea both go out. Both teams who hate each other. Bit of a rivalry. Both countries aren't too far away from each other. North Korea and South Korea is the rivalry. I thought Kim Jong-un was the president of South Korea, but he's actually the president of North Korea. Now he's the one that wanted to put a missile on South Korea. So I think. Or was it Japan? I think he's friends with Donald Trump. He is. He's like best mates. All could be friends with Putin or something. I'm not quite sure, but we'll leave that matter there and focus on the football. But that's what I did actually think. That's all. Right, Brazil did get criticised for their celebration, but it's part of their culture. And I think if South Korea won 4-1, they'll do exactly the same thing. They're only criticising them because he got better players and stuff. I don't think there's anything wrong with Brazil celebrating. They're happy. They're scoring goals. That's what football's all about at the same time. I know Brazil will do quite well. They've got a good squad. So for this game, I think it can be closely fought. I was going to say 2-0, but you know what? I'll save Croatia to get a goal. So Croatia 1, Brazil 2. That will be a very interesting tie, along with the other 3. Next game now, we got Netherlands versus Argentina. Another closely fought game, I think this will. I didn't think Netherlands would get this far. In the first game we won against Senegal, for the majority of the game, apart from the 2 chances they took, they looked very poor against Senegal, they did. But overall, since that, they've actually got the form back going. And against Netherlands beat USA 3-1. USA just didn't turn up on that day. But it was just so pretty in the end, convincing win for Netherlands. I don't think they'll win the tournament, but you do never know. But I do think it'll be an interesting tie against Argentina, because Argentina, they knocked out Australia 2-1 in a fairly close game. They've been a little bit inconsistent so far, Argentina had. They lost 2-1 to Saudi Arabia. A massive upset that was. But since that, they really did up their game afterwards against Mexico and Poland. They did up their game then. So against Saudi Arabia, that was just a little bit of an off day for them, that was. Against Netherlands, I think this could go way past extra time, and I think they can go to penalties. I'm going to say a 1-1 draw after full time, and then after extra time saying the same. I think it 1-1 at full time, then going into extra time in the 2 halves, 50 minutes extra time for each half. I think it will be same score, and then Netherlands to win on penalties, but it will be a closely fought game. Next game now, we got Morocco versus Portugal. This is a very interesting game. This is both teams. Morocco have been excellent at this tournament. They knocked out Spain 3-0 on pens. Spain had an awful round for penalties. They played terrible. It was a pretty boring game for the old game. It looked like a game where no one could score. No one scored in the full 90 minutes. No one scored in the 50 minutes of each half of extra time, 30 minutes in total. No one scored. And then Morocco had a good round on penalties. Their keeper's good. His name's called Bono. I thought at first his name sounded like Boner at first. It sounded like Boner at first, but I think I wrote it wrong. But it does sound. It is quite tempting to say Boner and stuff. I'm joking though, but it did. It's not. I wouldn't say it's too much tempting, but it does actually kind of say that word, except there's no R at the end. It's your Bono, so you can say Bono. You could say. Right, onto the score bit now. Portugal that won 6-1 against Switzerland on Tuesday night. Honestly, I wish they would actually have stayed in Watford instead of going to Stafford Rangers for their cup tie at home to Liverpool City. We won 1-0, but we were dire from start to finish. Apart from that penalty that we scored, and they should have won it. They charged £8 at the gate for that's the cup match when it was £5 last season. And it was £1 for kit under 16s, and this season it's £3 for me. Personally, they lost a lot of business there because 2 adults in total, that's £16. Where last season, if 2 adult fund, that's £5, so it's £10 total. So if it's at 8, if it was 5 to 10, and then if you got if you have 8, if 1 adult went, that would be £8. So they lost out on £2 there. So I wasn't expecting a big crowd, right? But 147, not surprised with the cost of living. People wanted to pay off their energy bills and stuff. So people wanted to save money this year. So if they can stay at home in the warm and watch a game on TV, then they'll stay at home. I thought I may as well go along. It's not England playing on TV, so I did see some of the game in the clubhouse before the game and stuff at half time. 6-1 against Switzerland, right? I knew Portugal would win. I said 3-1, 3-2 Portugal. I knew they'd win, but I thought it would be a little bit closer because Switzerland just didn't turn up and just didn't see any fight out there. Morocco versus Portugal. This is a very interesting tie. This is. Both teams have been excellent. I'm going to say 3-3, you know. Say 2-2 at full time. Then in that extra time, I'm going to say I'll go for Portugal in the 15 minutes of extra time. Then in the second half of extra time, I'm going to say Morocco right at the end to get this. Yeah, and then I think it'll go to penalties, and Morocco will come up slightly unlucky, and I think Portugal will win. But mind you here, Morocco had an excellent performance on penalties and saved all of Spain's penalties. So this will be a best tie. I think this will be one of the best ties to watch, you know. And next one, the big one now, England versus France, or you could pronounce France as the frogs. You could. We don't like France. Hopefully, we can beat those baguette months in frogs. Or you say or months in croissants. The croissant. Over the way they have things put out there, I feel they are pretty. Say what you like about them, they do pretty have posh things and stuff, don't they? It's like this with them. They say this, the red wine, and they say like that. That's honestly, in Tenerife when I was on holiday about 2018 it was, when they beat Croatia 4-2 I mean, in the final. For nearly days, he kept singing around the hotel saying, we won, we won, we won, we won. And people, shut up, you won. Enjoy it. We don't want to hear it. It wasn't just the English, it was every other nation there. I think Croatia would have won. I don't think it would have been the same situation because Croatia didn't have many fans there in that hotel. I know there's 3 that are on holiday at the game. 3 fans celebrating compared to a lot of us, to be honest, when they beat us 2-1. But that was actually Southgate's first major tournament, and he was learning on the game. Southgate's taken us to a World Cup semi-final, a Euro final, I think his decisions have got questions due to his defensive football that he plays. He decides sometimes never to attack in the final. But I think his defensive football through the knockouts, up until you get to the quarters or semi-finals, I think it works quite well to get through against the other teams. But really, you've got to attack when you go into the good teams against France. Say what you like against France, but really, they are a good side to play. We need to keep Mbappe quiet, Giroud, Griezmann, all those players. I think Benzema would have been a threat as well, but he's injured sadly, the one that played for Real Madrid. He's been Real Madrid for his entire career, he has. Great player. Personally, I think we do. You don't know what you're going to get with France. I think we do stand a chance, but I just can't see us winning. In the last round, our result against Senegal was 3-0. We played poor for the first 38 minutes, but until we got the 2 goals before half time, Senegal looked totally lost for the rest of the game, and then on top of the 2 we scored, we got the 3rd. We played like we did for the first 38 minutes against a good team like France. They'll put 2 or 3 past us. So we do need to turn up and show a bit of fight. I know today Kelvin Phillips had come out today saying people definitely underestimate Gareth Southgate. I can agree here to a certain point. He's got us to a World Cup semi-final and a Euro final. Yes, mistakes had gone. Things could have been done better. He made a few mistakes and he put the wrong penalty taker. 3 black players right from ethnic backgrounds that took the penalties, but he had massive under pressure. It was so disgusting when they all got racially abused. They're footballers at the end of the day. The footballers at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what skin colour you are. They tried their best. I think they needed a bit of eats on there and stuff, basically. We have a lot of good players. For this game, I think he does need to play Phil Foden and Harry Kane again. And maybe Saka played well in the last game. I'll leave him there. Maybe bring on Rashford second half. It just depends what he decides to do. I just can't see us winning this, but Mbappe is their most likely threat, and he's had a bit of an injury recently. He's doing light training, not in full training, so it depends how good he comes in this last game, in this next game, doesn't it? I'm going to say 2-1 to France. I don't think it'll be a walkover, France. I do think it will be a relatively close game. I'm hoping for the win. Just depends what you get with them and what comes out of the game and how well we perform. Because England, we're ready for any game. We'll take on anybody. But we just need to be a slightly extra bit prepared. And the France part, I knew they were. I was hoping we get Poland, but I just knew they wouldn't lose. They wouldn't lose to Poland, and they won 3-1 in the end. It's a good win. At the end, they almost slipped up at the end when he gave away that one penalty, and they looked sloppy at the end. Apart from that, they all put a sift in. They all did well. So right, I hope you have all enjoyed the video today. So if you did all enjoy the video, do give a like, do subscribe to the channel, and turn your notifications every time I make a video. Thank you very much for watching today. Hope you did all enjoy it. Hope you're looking forward to Saturday night when we take on England again. We play the Frogs. Hopefully we beat the French. Right, come on England. Football's coming home. Up the 3 Lions. Bye guys.